Welcome back to the Eat, Drink, Explore radio network. Here now is your fabulous host, Mr. Randall White.
Joined by the even more fabulous Patty Pyburn. And a very good morning, everyone.
It's so nice of you to say.
Well, yes, it's fabulous day on tap today as well. It'll be another warm one, but we're having these really cold, well, not cold, but cool overnights,
yes.
that just make it, it's like a, 30 to 40 degree temperature swing. Mm-hmm. And it makes it so pleasant to.
I'm so thankful for the cool overnight, though, because, whew.
Because you can really clear out the house and make it nice and chilly, and that lasts for most of the day. In fact, I was in my house. I actually kept trying to warm up my hands. I was so cold, and then I walked outside. I'm like, oh, it's hot out. Like, why am I so cold? All right, everyone. Glad you could join us as we discuss all things food, beverage, and travel here on the Eat, Drink, Explore Sunday Fun Day show each week. 8 to 10, our Market Fresh Hour comes up first, followed by Sunday Fun Day from 9 to 10 right here on this very station. And you've heard us talk a lot about the Central Coast Bioneers Conference that is coming up this week, October the 25th through the 27th at the Monday Club in San Luis Obispo. Well, today is the National Conference, and that is happening up in Marin County, which is my home county where I was born and raised. At the beautiful Civic Center there, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. It's sort of like a terracotta-colored building with a blue roof that's supposed to represent the sky. If you've never seen it, look it up online. It's a pretty remarkable building. But the conference is there, and joining us on the line right now to talk about the conference that she's at, but more importantly, the upcoming conference is Stacey Hunt with Central Coast Bioneers, and the Central Coast chapter runs from Santa Cruz down into Ventura County. Stacey, welcome to the program.
Hey, Randall. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So so far, so good. How's the conference going in Marin?
Oh, my gosh. It's so fantastic, and it's exciting to be able to get here in advance so I can tell people what to expect when they come to our conference next weekend.
Right. So give people an idea of what it is the Bioneers do.
Well, Bioneers basically look at the world's issues, and instead of wringing their hands and complaining about it, they do something about it. And that's why the conference is so much fun. I've had people tell me they get tired of going to environmental conferences and hearing all the bad news. But what you're going to hear at our conference is all the great news that's happening, both globally and locally.
I like that, a proactive approach instead of, like you said, a bunch of hand-wringing and complaining.
Right, talking about solutions instead of just talking about problems all the time.
And what are some of the solutions you're seeing right now in Marin?
Well, on Friday, we heard from green builder Jason McLennan, who was talking about they're constructing around the world, and he showed us pictures of the latest one in downtown Seattle, completely self-sustained, self-sufficient buildings, office buildings. We're not talking about houses now. We're talking about entire multi-story office buildings that generate their own electricity, that catch their own rainwater, and recycle their own wastewater. And so they're completely self-sufficient.
Well, that
and
is
have
awesome.
No carbon footprint. It's just amazing.
That is great, because the typical office building built in the 70s and 80s is
big giant waste producer.
Right, giant energy hogs, nothing but carbon.
Exactly. In fact, he showed us this picture of this absolutely beautiful building. It looked like this giant atrium. It had walking paths, plants, people sitting around reading, and it was a wastewater treatment plant. And all I could think of was, I wish we had that in Los Osos.
Yeah, right. For people that don't know, Los Osos has had like a long history of wastewater issues. So, Stacey, we are just days away now from the more localized conference that will be held in San Luis Obispo. The public is invited?
Absolutely. Tickets are still on sale on our website at www.centralcoastbioneers.org. Or if you're in North County, you can go to Earth Tones and pick up, if you don't like buying things on the internet, you can pick up a pass at Earth Tones up in Paso Robles or down in San Luis Obispo at Bamboo Batu.
Oh, excellent.
Very cool.
Now, I know that the Central Coast Bioneers chapter runs, Santa Cruz to Ventura?
Pretty much. We try to address and bring in speakers from all those areas. So we have people coming to speak from Santa Cruz and UC Santa Barbara, and an incredible rancher in northern Santa Barbara County outside of Buellton who who ranches using biomimicry techniques, which is fantastic. We're hearing a lot about biomimicry at this conference.
Yeah, what is it? Talk a little bit about that. I'm not familiar with that.
It's fantastic. It's a type of science that uses natural processes to solve human problems. So one example that's been around for a while is shark skin technology, where they noticed that absolutely nothing grows on shark skin. No bacteria, no algae, no barnacles, nothing. And so they started looking at that technology and realized it was the shape. So they've recreated that shape now in the lab, and they put it on bed rails and doorways in hospitals, and it's cutting down on secondary infections.
Wow. That is amazing.
And the latest is just amazing. The latest one, Jay Harmon, who's a biomimicry expert from Australia, talked on Friday about the latest technology is people, they were having all kinds of problems with birds flying into office windows and killing lots and lots of birds. Someone noticed that birds never fly into spider webs. And so they started looking at what that was and found out that spiders spin UV reflecting materials into their webs that birds can see. So they started putting that reflective UV in the windows and have completely cut down on bird strikes.
Wow. That seems like that would help in a lot of other areas, because some of the concerns about some alternative energy producing sites is how it will affect the migrating birds. I wonder if that could then be used in even more ways.
Like the wind fields and such.
And even some concerns about solar farms.
It's so funny you should ask that, because one I just read about recently in the Sierra Club magazine, they have to space those big wind machines far apart because the turbulence they create by spinning creates eddies that cuts down on the efficiency of neighboring wind turbines. And so a biomimicry person has looked at schools of fish in the water and how they compensate for the eddies created in the water by each other when they swim close together.
Right.
And he's coming up with alternative technologies so you can have much smaller, closer packed wind machines that birds can then more easily see and fly around. So.
I love it. And this is some of the knowledge
cool.
This is some of the knowledge that will be shared at the upcoming Bioneers conference. And on top of that, though, you have chef cook-offs. And then one thing that Patty and I are super excited about is...
I don't know if it's the same thing, but the seed exchange or...
No, the iFixit Cafe. Yeah.
Yes, the repair cafe.
Yeah, I can quickly talk about all of those things. On Friday, the 25th from 1 to 4, iFixit, which is a local fantastic company that's dedicated to keeping e-waste and other waste out of landfills, is going to have a repair cafe, and we're going to have it in the lobby of the Holiday Inn Express across the street from the Monday Club, which is kind of our satellite conference ground. And they're going to have 5 stations set up with their experts to help teach you how to fix anything broken you might want to bring in, even iPods, printers, any kind of electronics. And they also have, if you want to bring a lamp or a toaster in, I think they can handle that as well.
I love it. And the purpose is to fix what you have instead of buying something new, and it's a reuse sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, recycling doesn't just do it all. Everyone thinks, well, what will be recycled? And there's so much that can't be recycled. And this e-waste especially is piling up in foreign countries where we ship off all our electronics to be junked. And so their mantra is repair, don't recycle. And their website, ifixit.com, has instructions on how to fix something like tens of thousands of different things.
Yeah, their website is pretty amazing, and all the information is free. And then if you need special tools to complete those repairs, a lot of those tools or even the parts are sold by iFixit because they're not something that consumers can typically get their hands on. There's a reason for that because the people who make the devices want to also fix those devices, or you could argue the people who make those devices really just want you to buy new devices.
Right, that they don't want you to fix it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it's our throwaway society. And Luke Stoles from iFixit is going to do a lecture at our conference on Friday afternoon about that. And the statistics are mind-boggling. There's something like 1 billion people in the world have cell phones now, and the cell phone company wants you to replace those every other year. Right. So if you can imagine 1 billion phones just piling up every other year, it's just...
Yeah, I saw a 60 Minutes segment where they were showing where those phones built.
And then people try to salvage the little pieces of precious metal inside, and then that creates a whole other
It's like a toxic waste dump.
Yes.
Ugh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go from toxic waste
Yeah.
to wonderful
Seed
food.
exchange.
Yes. Oh, what's the seed exchange?
Oh, they're trading the
heirloom
seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's Saturday and Sunday from about 1 in the afternoon to 3 or 4 each afternoon inside the Monday Club, and that is a free event. Also, I should mention the iFixit or the Repair Cafe is a free event. Just come on over. You don't need a ticket for that. You don't need a ticket to get on our grounds for the Green Marketplace at all. We're going to have some great exhibitors this year. And you don't need a ticket for the seed exchange. And the local seed exchange group is going to come and manage that, where you can bring seeds, swap seeds, pick up seeds. And then Saturday from 1 to 1:30, they're going to be out on the grounds doing a seed, kind of just meandering around the tables as people are eating, doing a seed story presentation where they will have seeds that they can tell you the history of those seeds, how long they grew, where they came from. And it's remarkable, some of the stories that these seeds have. I mean, people, when they came over from the old world into this country, they came with seeds sown in their clothing.
Yeah.
So they could start their own gardens when they got to wherever they landed in this country.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. Stacey, I got to tell you, there's so much going on at this event, and so much of it is free, like you mentioned. People really got it. You have to put this on your calendar. CentralCoastBioneers.org. That's BIONEERS.org. CentralCoastBioneers.org. Stacey Hunt, safe travels back from Marin County, and thanks for joining us today.
All right, thank you.
All right, everyone, stick around. We're back in just a moment talking wine tours.